25.1 is already over, and now we're talking about 25.2. And we already have a hint, or maybe two, from Dave Castro. So let's take a look.
It'll be a good one. So buckle in, because 25.2 is going to get real and fast.
That was from Dave Castro's weekend review. He said 25.2 is going to get real and fast. What that makes me think of is a workout that has windows. So we've had a couple workouts in the past where you had to complete a certain amount of work in a certain amount of time to unlock more work, usually with a heavier weight or a more complex movement, and then you get more time to complete that work in. So when he says that, like get real and get fast, that's my first thought. Something with windows where it gets either more complex or more heavy as you earn that. But I don't think that's what anyone else is saying. So let's look at his hint. This is his hint right here. And the weird thing about this is I feel like this is a photo, like a live photo taken on an iPhone and made into a video after the fact. Does anyone else feel that way? Because it looks that way. I think someone at CrossFit said to him, reels work better than photos, so you're gonna want it to be a reel. And this is how he made the reel. Just turn the live photo into a video, which does work. But I just definitely feel with how short this is and how nothing really happens in it, that that's what this is. It was a photo that was turned into a reel. It has these 7 poles in it. Some people think that they're bullets, but then I saw someone else comment, those are not bullets or shell casing. They appear to be copper grounding rods. I don't really know a lot about either of those two things, but I guess I'm just gonna trust that person that that's what it might be. But I don't know, just wanted to put that out there in case you definitely thought it was bullets or shell casings. It might not be. But whatever it is, there are definitely 7 of them. So a very, very popular opinion from a lot of people is something that has 7 rounds. Definitely makes sense. I guess it could be like a chipper with 7 movements too, but I think 7 rounds for the format of open workouts makes more sense. Lots of that. We're also seeing lots of people saying pistols. But another one that we've seen quite a bit of is people saying wall balls, that if those were maybe bullets, that it's an accuracy thing. So having all those things, whatever those are, those rods or the bullets in the same little formation, accuracy. Wall balls shooting to a target, also accuracy. So that's another guess that I think could be possible. Another thing I'm seeing from a bunch of people is this will be the repeat. And I think that's because it's 7 things, right? Repeating if they were bullets, repeating shots. But I sort of feel like the repeat is next week. So some people had been saying that 20.5 will be the repeat. It'll be the final week with Dallin Pepper, Jason Hopper, and James Sprague doing the workout. 20.5 was a workout that Lazar Jukic won. So I do think that could be a good workout for the final week. That was sort of the choose your own adventure. You had to complete a certain number of calories on the rower, wall balls, and muscle ups. You could break it up however you wanted. So I do think that's an interesting one for the final week, which will be in Albany at the new location, which Dave will be at. I think all of those things really do lend itself for that being a great repeat to end the Open this year. Could that be wrong? Totally. But I think that sounds like a really good option, which would mean this week is not a repeat. I also thought this week would be a great opportunity for a double scored event. We haven't had one of those in a while, and I think this year with the changed format where top 1% gets to go to the online semis and gets to possibly qualify for the games through a semifinal. Like you have to finish in the top 1% to qualify if you go to one of those events. I think with that 1% mark where we've changed this from like last year, it was top 25% to make to quarterfinals. So the Open didn't have to be something that really separated the absolute best because we would have quarterfinals to do that. because you need that top 1%, you do sort of want to have that separator. And I think having a fourth scored event would very much help with that. That allows another score to really separate the field. And if 20.5 was the repeat in week 3, that would mean this week would have to be the double scored event. So I do like this week for a double scored event. Not based off of anything that Dave has said or the hint. That was just sort of a feeling I've had prior to the information that we've got today or more recently. But with the calling of the repeat, the most common one I believe I'm seeing, looking at some of the comments and what some people have said in a post I put up on my Instagram asking for people's predictions on what 20.5 would be. What I'm seeing a whole ton of is workout 20.4. So that was 4-time 30 box jumps, which I believe you could have stepped up onto 15 clean and jerks, 95-65, 30 box jumps, 15 clean and jerks, the weight goes up to 135-85, 30 box jumps, 10 clean and jerks, 185-115, then 30 single leg squats or pistols, which if those were bullets, pistols, you know, people are seeing that connection. And then 10 clean and jerks at 225, 145, 30 single leg squats, 5 clean and jerks, 275, 175, 30 single leg squats, 5 clean and jerks, 315, 205 with a 20-minute time gap. So another very, very long one. With Dave saying that 25.2 is going to get real and fast, I don't know if that feels real and fast to me, because I think those light weights at the beginning just doesn't get real, like in the sense of scary, unsure how you're gonna do kind of thing, until I think later in the workout. So it doesn't get real fast and real. So I don't love that one, but it is the one I'm seeing most commonly in the predictions, and I think that's mostly from the pistols. I also don't love it because we've done a lot of clean and jerking this past week, with the dumbbell. And I know clean and jerking with the dumbbell is different, and we could still see a clean and jerk with a barbell, but 2 weeks in a row, clean and jerking, I don't feel like this is it. But I do these videos to sort of talk about what we're seeing and what could be the possibilities, and we're seeing a lot of predictions of that. So I need to mention it. And people in the comments might be like, hey, I definitely think it is that. And I understand the reasoning, but I also have a lot of reasoning why I don't think it is that workout. Another workout I saw suggested as a repeat was 22.3, and that was the 21 pull-ups, 42 double unders, 21 thrusters at one weight, 18 chest to bar pull-ups, 36 double unders, the weight went up for 18 thrusters, 15 bar muscle-ups, 30 double unders, 15 thrusters. Good option. We usually see thrusters in the open, and if week 3 was what I thought it would be, that would work, but then we'd have 2 repeats, and that would be insane. But maybe that'd be like wall balls and rowing would be in the final week with something else, maybe like toes to bar, because we haven't seen those yet. Maybe toes to bar this week. I don't know. I think the repeat is week 3, but these are good arguments. And this one, 22.3, I think is a repeat that makes more sense than the 20.4. A couple other workout predictions that I saw, like unique predictions as in not a repeat, was 7 rounds of wall ball shots and toes to bar. That could be a possibility. 2 movements that we often see in the open. Wall ball shots require accuracy. Toes to bar even require a little bit of accuracy when you talk about hitting your toes against the bar, like actually making contact. That's a little bit of accuracy too. So I do like that one. And those are 2 common movements that we see in the open. And another one is a 20-minute AMRAP. So we're going long. Wall balls and shuttle runs. I don't know how I feel about that one, but definitely possible. We've seen shuttle runs once before, and wall balls, like I said, the staple movement of CrossFit. So that's what I'm seeing for the possibilities and guessing of what we might see this week for the workout. That workout is going to be announced on Thursday at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. It'll be streamed. There's a big event happening in Arizona. You have Sydney Wells and Emily Rolfe facing off. So it'll be an exciting, different matchup. I don't feel like the athletes that are picked for the Open announcement necessarily have much to do with the workout they will do, but maybe that's another hint. Maybe that would be a hint for shuttle runs, because both of those athletes are pretty good runners. Some of the things that I think, like I said at the beginning, I think it could be a two-scored event. I think that this Open could really benefit from one of those with the new format. And I also think with the gets real and fast comment from Dave, that it could be smaller workouts within a workout. So you have those time windows that you need to complete a certain amount of work in order to get to the next window and do something either with more reps, heavier weight, or more complex movements. I really think that is a possibility where the workout can be really short for people and then really long for the best of the best. But I don't know. No one really knows. This is fun. This is speculation. Could be totally wrong. These could all be totally wrong. We did have some things that were kind of right last week. No one really talked about the dumbbell clean and jerk, but everyone pretty much said burpees. So we were around it. We might be around it again in some ways this week as well. If you have a prediction that is similar or totally different than what I talked about, leave those in the comments below. I'm sure more people want to read what options there could be for this suffering that we will be doing as a community this weekend. Appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And Carson and I both say goodbye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Okay, bye. You high five? Good boy. Go get it.